Well, TVNZ's head of news, Paul Jurisic, has resigned. You can see what's happened there. That head was rolled. After review into the state broadcaster's hiring processes, it's found the recruitment policy needs improving and is not suited to the hiring of key presenter roles. Well, the investigation was launched following the resignation of breakfast presenter Carmel Santamaria after only a month in the job, of course. And joining me now, employment relations expert Max Whitehead. Morning, Max.
Good morning, Kate.
So Jurisic's head's rolled in this saga. Should this be a warning to other employers over hiring your mates?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the damage done with this is incredible. I mean, TVNZ have suffered a huge reputation damage. Staff relations, I would say that they have probably reduced significantly. Respect for the rules. I mean, that's the message to staff. Well, the rules are there, but you can ignore them if you've got the privilege of being a executive. The other thing is, it's so important to get it right. You know, in a team, you need to get the right personality, particularly in a role like that, like in a breakfast show. We're putting somebody straight in, bypassing all the inductions and all those other processes that are necessary. It's very, very risky. I mean, this is one of the most foolish things I've seen somebody do. And while Paul may have had some confidence with his mate, Carmel, why, crikey, has he come crashing down?
Is it a mistake a lot of employers can make, though? I mean, you know, it's a bit of a Kiwi thing, isn't it? You know, hire someone you know and get along with, and you might, you know they might need a bit of work, so it's all wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yep, there's a couple of words that come to mind. Job for the boys and nepotism. These things are alive and well in New Zealand, and it is a massive, big message. But the damage done by a lot of this is incredible, and the respect from the rest of the staff. I mean, TVNZ, I'm not sure what their staff numbers are, but probably over 1,000. And they would be thinking, why do I even bother? You know, if you're in a lower rank with aspirations to climb to the dizzy heights of Kate Hawkesbury, you've got to look around yourself and say, why do I bother? It's just a job for the privileged, and it's really is a damaging situation. So Paul has suffered. I mean, he's lost his job. He's resigned. He may have chosen to do that, but certainly his reputation would have gone down the toilet as soon as all this was exposed.
Yeah, he would have had no choice but to. Do you think TVNZ's recruitment practice is ironclad now? Because in my experience, having worked there for many years, it's always been a jobs for mates place, and that practice was widely known there. I mean, I'm personally quite glad it's finally been flushed out.
Well, good on you, because my understanding is that, in fact, the policy was not only was Paul's behaviour criticised, I think he was chastised and probably told off, but I believe the policy is now under review and they're going to actually improve it. So, yeah, Kate, good on you for recognising it from years ago, and I think it did need a bit of a nudge up. And look, this is a huge message to other employers. Kate, it is so hard to get good staff now. Yeah. In these sort of roles, however, there's just a lineup of thousands of people would love to have a privileged role sitting at the front line of breakfast show. But in general, it's very, very difficult to get good staff these days, and there's a huge competition. So TVNZ did themselves a lot of harm there, because the general impression outside now would have been, well, these guys, I mean, why do I want to work in there? Do I have a career aspirations? I really don't know if I'm going to even bother applying now. And that's obviously, with all this coming to the forefront, probably TVNZ will be seen as this is an organisation that's got its game together, hopefully. Hopefully that's the new impression.
Fingers crossed. Max, thank you so much for being with us. Max Whitehead, employment relations expert.